Hello, Temple B'nai Shalom Sisterhood, Temple House of Israel Women's Group, and anyone else that should happen to be watching. Today I'm bringing you Baking with Pam 102, which will be a recipe called Meatless Corn Chicken Rosamarina Stir Fry. We're going to be using this frozen corn meatless chicken nuggets as the main ingredient. Originally, the recipe was called Chicken Rosamarina Stir Fry, and I will read you the list of ingredients. The first is 1 cup Rosamarina noodles, which I had no idea what they were, so we always substitute a corkscrew pasta. Then we're going to be using the corn brand meatless chicken nuggets, which I cooked according to package directions and cut in half. Then about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, which is getting hot. 2 small bell peppers cut in strips. 1 medium onion sliced or roughly diced. A half a teaspoon of ground cumin. A half a teaspoon of ground red pepper or cayenne red pepper. An 8-ounce can of whole kernel corn, drained. Actually, I have an 11-ounce can, but I think it'll be fine. Then 1 small can of chopped green chili peppers, which we use in a lot of recipes. A 1/4 teaspoon salt, which is optional. 2 medium tomatoes chopped, or 1 cup of cherry tomatoes, and 1 cup of grated cheese, or a little bit more. We start by heating our pan to medium-high heat with 2 tablespoons oil, which I believe is hot now. So we're going to go ahead and put in our chopped onion. Ooh, starting to sizzle, good. That was on here. Then our green bell pepper and our yellow bell pepper. And I don't know if you can hear the sizzle. I hope I didn't get the pan too hot. Since we moved to Stanton, Virginia, I'm now cooking with electric stove. And it's still getting used to reheating the burners a little bit. And then, of course, they won't turn down. But it is sizzling. It's going to take probably 3 minutes of stirring to get these peppers and onions cooked. And, of course, you can smell it right away. And I did go ahead and cook the pasta already. I boiled that according to package directions. If you happen to see my very first episode, since that was baking, we actually did that mostly in the dining room. This is our first time showing you live from the kitchen. The onions are starting to get soft. The peppers still need more time. Because I like it to be colorful, we did a yellow bell pepper and a green, and then we're going to be having the red tomatoes. This recipe has been a family favorite for a long time, and I've adjusted it as need be with different dietary needs. You could use a vegan chicken nugget, but we happen to prefer this corn brand, which is vegetarian. Let's see here. It's going to take a few more minutes. This recipe, the cameraman's reminding me to talk to you. I do enjoy cooking, and we love trying new recipes as well as trying to make things suitable for all diners, whether you are vegetarian or vegan. I guess it's raining. All of a sudden I'm hearing a noise and wondering what in the world that is. It's not the cameraman, it is raining outside. Now, I am planning on doing one more cooking show at least, because my daughters have all suggested that I bake one of their favorite desserts next time. But this is one of their favorite main dishes. On the onions are popping. All right. I'm going to show you a little bit in case you can't see how it's starting to come together. This pan is great because I got two handles, so it's easy for me to show you. All right, it is starting to smell pretty good. So now I'm going to add in the cumin and the red pepper, and that's going to start smelling pretty good too. All right, so I'm going to cook this a few minutes. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry you can't smell it. Now, when I have made this with real chicken, cut the chicken in half-inch pieces and cook them at the beginning of the recipe. And then you take the chicken out and add the vegetables. But because we cooked this in a different order, oh my goodness, it's smelling really, really good. There's nothing like getting those spices in the heat and the oil to bring out their aroma. All right, that is looking pretty good. See, this is going to come together pretty quickly. Now I'm going to lower the temperature a little bit, and we're going to throw in the corn, which I drained. And then the chicken nuggets that have already been pre-cooked. Oh, Brian wanted me to show you. All right, I'll show you. See, it's coming together. Oh. Okay, then now our chopped green chilies. And I don't know if you buy these very often, but they add pizzazz to lots of our menus. Okay, we're going to stir this around pretty good. I'm going to show this to you, then I'm going to dump in the pasta that was already pre-cooked. I can't turn it anymore because it's going to dip out. Here's the pasta. Mix this all really well. Because you want those chopped green chilies to get on everything. And I don't know about you all, but for us, dinner isn't for another hour or so. And I'm getting hungry just looking at this. Okay, so now we can, let's see. We don't need any extra salt, I don't think. So I'm not going to put that. But you know, most people like more salt than I do. So feel free to sprinkle your salt on now. All right, here's our little cherry tomatoes. Oh, I'm going to dump them in. Brian wanted me to show you our little Temple B'nai Shalom bling. They both have the old logo on them. All right, so we're going to stir this some more. And you want me to hold it so they can see how colorful it is? Can you see a little bit the pretty colors? And with chopped tomatoes, that adds a little more liquid, which you really don't need. And the cherry tomatoes, you know, I probably could have put a little bit more than a cup. Hard cut, but it looks delicious. Okay, so what I have always done with this recipe is sprinkled the cheese around so it doesn't just cover the whole thing, but it adds a cheesiness, but still you can get all the pretty colors. And of course, if you were vegan, you could use a special vegan cheese or not put any cheese on it at all, which I think it's perfect the way it is. But my family's big on cheese and the recipe calls for it. Okay. So what I've always done with this recipe is just kind of made a ring around with the cheese. And then there's no stirring at this point because then the cheese would get all mixed in. Normally I would cover it for like 2 minutes or 3 minutes till the cheese melts and serve it. We usually have a salad with it or roasted asparagus, but it does have quite a few vegetables. Here is the final product. And again, I'm sorry that there's no smell-o-vision yet or aroma TV, but as a cameraman is nodding. Thank you all so much. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe. If you have any questions, I'm going to try to be on standby when they do show this video so that you can call in questions or with the Zoom chat feature, ask questions. Again, from my home to yours, a virtual hug. Shalom.